Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Nishmas Mordechai. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Moshe Metzger from? Monsi. Shalom Aleichem. Akiva Ziegler. Shalom Aleichem. How are you? Gewaldig. Who else do we have here? No, two guests. Gewaldig. It's also great.
Joel is leaving today.
Joel is a guest. He's not a guest. He's not a guest. All right, Gewaldig. Tomorrow morning, Beis Hashem, there's going to be a very, very nice breakfast. It's time to bring your friends. Just help them join on Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat. Big breakfast. Fruits, zachin, fruit omelets, fruit pancakes. Chvoid Rebelli Shita. In today's shir, you mentioned a couple of times that Bekitzer, he has a taina on the way I said kinui. It's not on me. Rashi says this. I was just saying tzvakai shakai. It was all from Rashi. This person is looking to sponsor next Wednesday, and his father went to Panovich by Rav Kahanaman. And his name, this person's name, is Avram Yishaya, who's probably turning over in his grave, he says. Hashem Yirachem. Continue Hatzlacha. Abe Skorsky, my brother's also named Avram Yishaya. Chazanish, after Chazanish, he's just trying to show that he's a real Bnei Brak. West Hempstead, New York. P.S. I've been with you since Masechta Sukkah, listen to this, and never missed a daf. Thank you, Lester Bleich, for bringing me in. So the Hebrew shir, we have three boys from Netzach school, and the Rebbe sent in these pictures because these three boys are all part of the shir. Gewaldige guys. I want to show you what happens at night in Beitar. You're not gonna. This is already going on for a little bit. עכשיו, עם המקרה למשל, אנשים שלא יודעים, כל מיני קופצים לתוך המקרה. אנחנו חושבים שזה, אז היו חייבים. Yeah, they need a larger screen. קיצור, פתח את זה, נכנסנו, מים. Here we go. Rabbi said, check this out. There's a new, good morning.
Good morning, Grebeli.
Gewaldig. This is very choshev. Hi everyone, we're excited to announce the establishment of the MDY Mexico group. And it's truly incredible. We enjoy listening to this room together every day. For those who can't make it daily, they listen on their own. Several participants who joined hadn't studied much Gemara before, and the impact has been transformative. Two members have shared how it's changing their lives, and one even mentioned how it has improved his marriage. His wife told me that during a cruise last week, she was amazed to see her husband learning the daf every night before heading out to enjoy the evening. She expressed how happy and grateful she was, calling it a miracle. Come join us in person whenever possible and spend an amazing hour each day with us. Enjoy the breakfasts and dinners we're planning, and most importantly, witness how your life and your family's life can change for the better, says Moshe Markovich from Mexico. We look forward to welcoming you to our group. Warm regards, Moshe Markovich. Moshe, I am at medicalstoremexico.com. MDY Mexico. Scan the QR code to join the MDY Mexico WhatsApp group or email me at that place above. Description automatically generated. Shkoyach. Leitzonim. Yisrael Goldstein every year pushes this initiative. I'm happy to be a shliach, and that is Purim is in exactly 31 days. So the Olam grabs Masechtas Megillah and they learn a daf a day until Purim. Last year, many, I don't remember, it's in the hundreds, grabbed Masechtas Megillah. It's an easy Geshmak Masechta, and you could even watch it on 1.5 speed, 2 speeds, or you could do it on your own. The Masechta sponsor Lilui Nishmas Mordechai Ben Chaim Refoel Chaim Doiv, grandson of Rabbi Areye, Checkanow. His neshama should have an aliyah. The Masechta is sponsored for Atzlacha, Barukhness, Begashmiyos. The Masechta, Larry Cohn, in memory of Yechiel Moshe Ben Chaim, he had to start learning Daf Yomi at age 70 and continued for 32 years until he was nifter. The Masechta is sponsored for the unity of the Jewish people. the Masechta by Glenn Esterson, with love and gratitude from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you for enriching my life with Torah. Parnasa Chodesh, the Nishmas Zcharya ben Moshe, the Nishmas Chaya bas Yosef, Parnasa Chodesh Zchut, Parnasa Birevach for Baruch Tzvi Nissim ben Shoshana Leah, Parnasa Chodesh with Akar Toy from Anonymous, Parnasa Chodesh, Shprintzy Alan Gross, the yahrzeits of their fathers, Shlomo Zalman ben Yitzchak Isaac, Zechariah ben Baruch, Yaman Isaac ben Tzvi Hirsch Cohn, Refoel Shlomo to Yonas and Eitan ben Basheva Bracha, by Leon Welcher, thanking Hashem for the release of Ari Rosenfeld, Aaron Ben Hinda Esther Gittel, Koilel of the Month, $10,000, sponsored by HYK, Hillel Yosef Kamiansky, the Baal Hamachloikis, ventures in honor and for the success of all our clients. Joshua Wolovich, Likoved, my holy chavrusis, I need some help over here. Remoish Stahl from Schenectady. Schenectady, what's that? For real? From Schenectady. Why is it spelled SCH? No, English would be SKEN, no? So that people like me could schedules SCH, Schenectady, and Rabbi Leo Kazakov. Whew! Rabbi say, do me a favor, stop sending me in these hard names. If you have a hard name, sponsor some other person's share, please. Art of the month for Zchut, for Rabbi and the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah. So enjoy them. Hold on a second. It's Yosef fine. Okay, I won't do it again. For Zchut, for Rabbi and the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah, so enjoy so many, and in honor of Yossi Klein and Mark Ashkenazi for all the work they did do, Rabbi say, we have to catch up a lot over here, so you're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Question. Good, thank you. How come we don't make a bracha when we give tzedakah? I just had a pshat, because you don't do it with your whole heart, maybe. You don't have good, like, you again. How come we don't make a bracha when you give tzedakah? So we're going to see a very nice pshat. And here's a fascinating thing. When a ben Noach goes to war and takes a yefas toyar who is married to somebody else, and what isser is he over? What is, sir? What kind of rice? He took a married woman, but she's a non-Jew.
We have the yefas Torah.
Correct. So what was the over on? So this is going to really shake you up. It's something you... What? How do you know? Rabbi Feta, did you learn the daf already? Yeah, I know, but did you learn the daf already? So how do you know it?
Gezel is stealing somebody. That's Gezel.
Really? So all Eish Sish is Gezel? Very good. That's the answer. Okay. Do you still go to that shir though? I just want to know. Do you go to another person's shir? You used to go to somebody else's shir. Not anymore.
I didn't learn the daf.
Okay.
Gezel and war?
That could also be Gezel. What?
You take all their other stuff.
Okay.
That's Gezel. Not Gezel, it's war.
But taking somebody else's wife is Gezel.
Talk to the UN. Not in war.
In war.
Visa.
Who says you have a right to take? Okay, says the Gemara. We're holding Dinim b'nei Noach Ipkud. You have it? Like where the lines get wider on the Amud Beis, smack in the middle. That's where we're holding. Ask the Gemara. Dinim b'nei Noach Ipkud. Are the b'nei Noach responsible for dinim to make bati dinim and everything? Vatanya. Eser mitzvahs nistav Yisrael b'mara. That's last week's parsha. There were 10 different mitzvahs that Klal Yisrael had a tzivoy in Mara. Sheva shekibbulu aleim b'nei Noach. The 7 that we already spoke about yesterday. Let's go through them again real quickly. We have Sheva mitzvahs b'nei Noach. We have Gil Arayis, Avodah Zarah, Gil Arayis, Shvichas Damim. And then we have Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalet, Erim, and Achai, Birkas Hashem, Gezel, and Dinim, Dayanim. And in addition to these 7, V'yisifu Aleim Dinim. Whoa. Look what number 7 is in our chart. Dinim, dayanim. And over here, where it says that in addition to the 7, we added dinim. So we have a little bit of a problem. So it seems like Bnei Noach didn't have dinim up until then. They added another 3 for a total of 10. Dinim, how do we know? D'chsiv sham sam loy chayk u mishpat v'sham. Shabbos v'kibbud aveim. D'chsiv kasher tzivcha Hashem Elokecha. So check this out. Shomor yisiyom haShabbos l'kasher kasher tzivcha Hashem Elokecha. You should keep Shabbos like Hashem command you. Kabel zilvicha v'simecha kasher tzivcha Hashem like Hashem command. Where did Hashem command you? Like Hashem commanded you by Mara. V'amar Rav Yehuda kasher tzivcha, like He commanded you in the past. B'Mara. You're right. There was dinim beforehand, but they added 3 more things. They added that until then, that a ben noach typically doesn't need a bezdin of 23, like a Jew. He doesn't need edim. All he needs is 1 eid. He doesn't need hasra. He doesn't need a warning. But he had dinim beforehand. Just they added these things. It seems like that they added the whole idea, the whole concept of dinim. It's not true. They only added these 3 provisions in dinim. They did add a whole new chapter in the dinim called Dina Knossos. The fact that I could tell somebody that stole, they has to pay 100% more than what he stole, or 400% more. That's a knas that they didn't have before. Akati, it should say, they added to the dinim. There was dinim already, and they added bid dinim to the dinim, not dinim as if, today we're mechadish, a brand new thing for them called dinim. Yes, they did come up with something new called that you have to establish a bezdin in every city and in every whatever pelach means. What? Province shtetl. In every shtetl there should be a bezdin. As the Gemara of Bnei Noach, Bnei Noach lo yibkud. What are you telling me? Noach, the Bnei Noach didn't have this tzvi to have a bezdin in every shtetl. It says already, just like Klal Yisrael had this, Bnei Noach also had this. The mapik dach v'ayil sach. He takes out from the last 2. We had in the last 2. We have dinim, the last one, and 5 is birkas Hashem. He takes those 2 out, and he puts in the last 2, sirus and klaim. Okay? He takes 2 out, birkas Hashem and dayanim. He doesn't have dayanim. Dayanim came afterwards, by Mara. They had on dayanim and dinim. What did they have before? The 7 mitzvahs b'nei Noach was sirus and klaim, like we had on top of the Amud. The Torah mitzvahs nistav b'nei Noach. And what are they? Avodah Zarah, V'gila Areye, that we have. Gezel, Vevim and Achai, that we have. And these are the 2 new ones, Sirus v'Klayim. So you're asking me, why was dinim added afterwards? It seems like they had dinim before. No, they did not have dinim and dayanim before. He didn't have 7 mitzvahs, he had 1 mitzvah. Don't do Avodah Zarah. Shenem ha'mitzav Hashem alikim al ha'adam. Hashem. Adam Rishon was also warned not to curse Hashem. Don't curse Hashem. Don't do Avodah Zarah. You should have dinim. This Yeshoyim that we just said a second ago, that there's 3 things that Adam Rishon had. It's cursing, Avodah Zarah, and Mishpat, dinim. That's the Yeshoyim. Tanam Rebbe Menashe. Ask the Gemara, Idorsh ve'itzav afilu anachnami. You're telling me that if you look over here, he took out the 2 and put in the bottom 2, Sirus and Klaim. What about dinim and birkas Hashem? Not in his list. Ask the Gemara, I don't understand. If you're going to go with this beautiful pasuk that Yoshi did yesterday, this whole pasuk, Vaitzav Hashem Elokim, one of them is Dinim. The first one is Dinim. The second one is Birkas Hashem. So how does he learn this? He should add Dinim and Birkas Hashem. He doesn't believe in this pasuk at all, which the Gemara is going to say he doesn't. So how does he have 7? Where did he get 7 from? Says the Gemara, he does not learn this pasuk at all. So what does he learn? Check this out. Here's a whole list. Every single one of his things in the Sheva Mitzvahs comes from a special pasuk. The first 2 are the same exact pasuk, and then it just keeps on going. Shvichas damim, Shavadam Adam, Ba'adam, Dami Shavach, Kierek Yisrael Satis, for Gezel, Ever Menachai, Ach Bas Benavshay, Sirus, Shir Tzubaretz, Urevuba, Lashon of Prurevu, you should do Sirus, Klayim, Oifelim Yineu, each bird with its own thing. And that's what the Gemara is going to say here. Hanikal Chadav Chadav Benavshay Ksiva, I learned it from its own pasuk. Unbelievable. Yesterday we started shir at 7:30. After all the, I don't know what happened with the emails and the Shalom Aleichem, the Yossi Klein. Today we already did, I don't know, a whole bunch. This is like 2 daf in Baba Basra that we did already. And now we're holding on Daf Nun Zayin. So let's see how much we could do in 33 minutes. Actually, we'll do a little. So we're looking for 2. Avodah Zarah and Gilarai, the first 2 on the list. It says, "Vatishochei sa'aretz." There's ashchasa by the Mabel. People got, how do you say ashchasa in English? Not destroyed. They were corrupted. Corrupted. Oh, corrupted. Vatishochei sa'aretz. What was your fancy word?
Abominated.
No. They did a hashchasa. They did a abomination. I like corrupted. Simpler and better. Vatishochei sa'aretz l'fnei Elokim. V'tana d'vei Shmuel. Kol mokim shenema hashchasa eino yela dvar erva v'avodah zarah. So these are the 2 things that we just said on top of the list, 1 and 2. Dvar erva, how do I know? Shenema ki hishchis kol basar it's darko, it's Areye, it's avodah zarah, d'chsiv pentashchisum v'asisem. It's referring to avodah zarah. Now, that's very nice that the Rebbe Menashe have all these psukim. The problem is, like we saw before, Vayitzav, Yoshi's pasuk that says all the 7. So now what is the Manda Omar Vayitzav, what does he do with these extra psukim? Each and every one, the Gemara is going to tell us what he does with it. Yoshi actually did a nice chart. He had extra time yesterday, so he did one of these charts. If you go all the way to the right, learns for the Shechei Sars Avodah Zarah. So what's the Bryce going to do with it? So see, I have a question. Besides certain people in the room, and those who answered yesterday and today can't answer anymore. They're already gdoilim. Actually, you could answer. When a Ben Noach, he's accused of killing somebody. Can his brother testify against him or for him? Can his brother be the one? You only need 1 aid. Could his own brother testify against him? I know you're going to say, oh, he's a guy, he does have, a ger doesn't have yichus. But a Ben Noach, could his own father be his judge? Could his own brother be his judge? What do you say? Anybody? Nobody. Because yesterday, I think Ariel did something like he did, like when I asked the question, nobody answered, so he did like a bunch of crickets, and that's what it was. Somebody heard, yeah, that's something like that, crickets. Like, I'm sleeping. Okay. So, what does he do with this pasuk? I have the whole pasuk Vayitzav. What am I going to do with the Shchison? V'idach or Chayu the Ka Migali. The Torah is telling us what did the Mabel do? What's the problem with the Darmal? Oh, they were over on Areye, or over on avodah zarah. That's why they got punished. Not that they're getting a oynish. We're not talking about oynish here. We're just telling you history. What happened over there? Shvichas damim. How do I see shvichas damim according to Tanah Menashe? D'chsiv shvichas damim adam. As you can see, now we're moving on to the 3rd thing in this list. Shvichas damim, Tanah Menashe, shvichas damim. Now, what's the first bride going to do with it? Vidach talayu dem kamigali. I need to tell you that they get killed with a sword. Gezel. So each and every one of the Shivim Mitzvahs have a special pasuk. Rabbi Levi. Baruch Hu told all the Marisha you could eat all these, or maybe it's a Noach. Gina. I give you all the grasses, all the things. This is what you could eat, but not the vegetables of a garden. Meaning you can't steal. Vidach, ahu l'mishrei basa v'achilu udasa. So if you look over here, this pasuk, it becomes very understood. Without this, it would be a little hard to understand what the. It says in the beginning of the pasuk, kol remes, anything that moves, asher uchai lochem yeh la'achla. So Baruch tells Noach he could eat all animals, like ki yerek esim nosad lechem, just like I let you eat the greens and the vegetables. Now you're allowed to eat meat. So it's not telling you that you can't steal. It's telling you that you're allowed to eat meat. Okay. Erim Menachai. Where do you see that Bnei Noach had a tzivah not to eat limbs from a live animal? So we have a pasuk, Vidach. And what is the Manda'omah that learns everything from Vayitzav? What do they do with this pasuk? So when you read it simply, I had to correct some people in the koilel because they read it simply. They forgot to look at Rashi. The Mishrei Shrotzim. So you can read it. Oh, it comes to say that you're allowed to eat a sheretz. No, there's another one word they have to stick in there. It comes to say that you're allowed to eat an aver minachai of a sheretz. The aver of a sheretz. So I just want to point out one quick thing. It's a public service announcement because we're coming up on Tisha B'Av, on Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat. No, that was not yeah. Tu B'Shvat. So Tu B'Shvat, a lot of people eat all sorts of fruits and vegetables. So I'm not a big fanatic, but when it comes to strawberries, I notice a lot of people buy strawberries and they eat them. I'm telling you, the OU, forget the Machmirim in Eretz Yisrael. The Ashgacha places in America say that it's almost impossible to eat strawberries. I eat them, but you have to soak them and you have to put soap, and it's a whole process. You have to look online how to do it, and you have to cut the top off. Because there's shkotzim v'remasim in them. They have little tiny bugs that you could see, visible. And this is in a lot of different things, like figs have a lot of problems. Even dates, not the mejul, the other ones, not mejul. This usually doesn't. I've never seen. I'll tell you something else. They were telling me. I said some people told me when you eat cashews, you have to pop them open and so I'm like, some of these guys with the chumras. And I over the years I found a bunch of times if you buy good ones, then usually not. But if you buy crawlers, mamish worms that crawl in there, so be careful.
Don't bug out.
Yeah, don't bug out. Huh?
Check your rights, check your body, check
Yeah, I'm talking about Tu B'Shvat now. Tu B'Shvat fruits. Be careful. L'mishra shotim udasa. Sirus. I don't know. I'm really curious if there's somebody that has like a real good head there for strawberries. Because I've seen people, from people, they told me, stop with your chumras. Huh? Rabbi Weiss just did? I didn't see. Okay, and what is it? He is more makel. And what does he say? That's what I'm asking. No, so thank you for.
You don't need the soap.
You don't need the soap. But what does he say? No, to soak it? You don't have to soak? No, but we're here in front of everybody. So what? Just say al regalach is what?
If you wash it, cut off the top, you don't need the soap.
You wash it, cut off the top, you don't need to soak. Okay, that's Rabbi Weiss. Say it. I'm not trying to come up with chumras. I'm just saying the basics. So you have Rabbi Weiss, okay? At least believe. When was the last time you soaked your strawberries? You look like the type of guy that last night with bleach. All right, Zok the Gemara. Vidach. Did anybody take a pencil and write that word in the Gemara over here? Lemishri shrotzim udasa. Shrotzim doesn't mean shrotzim. Lemishri shrotzim means the aver min achai of a sheretz. Sirus. How does the Rebbe Menashe learn Sirus? He took out 2 dinim and Birkas Hashem and put in Sirus instead. Where does he learn it from? The Chsiv Shitzubar to Revuva. That we have halacha, we have a tzivui to multiply. You can't multiply if you're Masuris. V'yadach, and what is the Manda'omah that learns V'yitzav? What does he do with Sirus? The bracha ba'alma. Hashem told Noach, go ahead, you will multiply. It was a bracha, it wasn't a chiyuv. La'im d'chsiv me'oif l'mineu. Noach, take each bird by itself, make sure that the eagles are by themselves, the pigeons are by themselves. So you see, don't mix up animals. It's just telling you about companionship, about being a chavrusashaft, it's normal. An animal feels comfortable with its own species. Don't mix species up. So this is also a public service announcement. This is what I love to do. When you go on shidduchim, make sure that you're American and they're not Israeli, okay? It doesn't work. Well, I shouldn't say that. Well, my mother's not alive anymore. So my mother was American, my father's Israeli. So maybe let's pick two different things. Don't be Taimani and Ashkenazi, Hasidish and Litvish. Sometimes it works, it does. But it's not lechatchila, I'm serious, just normal. Keep the species together. Chicago, New York is also not the best idea. Sometimes it works.
30 years ago.
How many years ago? I should have told myself, you mean. Look at the Gemara. I'm come out of Chicagoan. Now. You kill a benoyach for three things. Gesher, Simon. What's Gesher? Al Gilei Arayis, Val Shvichas Damim, Val Birkas Hashem. So this is, wow. If you were to say the three things, you'd say Gilei Arayis, Shvichas Damim, and what's the one missing here? Avodah Zarah. Instead of Avodah Zarah, the Gemara puts in here Birkas Hashem, cursing. So, but the Gemara is going to add Avodah Zarah at the end. Maskil Rav Sheshes, Bishlam Shvichas Damim. I can understand killing somebody. The Chsiv, Mamish says before, Shoyvich Dama Adam, Ba'adam Dam Yishavach. But where do we get the other two Birkas Hashem and Gilei Arayis? You want to tell me you learn it out from Ritzicha, Afilu Kulinami? So then that should include all seven. You should learn the other six from this one called Ritzicha. The Ritzicha we know Mefurish. Where did you get two from? Even from this Rabbi me ish. Avodah Zarah nami is Rabbi me ish. You tell me you have the famous pasuk ish. So we see that there's another two psukim at least that have this. Look, ish mibnei Yisrael. It's a double lashon ish. Mizar lemoilach. That's the famous moilach, the barbecue, the marshmallow. It says before in the pasuk. Avodah Zarah nami is Rabbi mishish. So why did you leave out Avodah Zarah? If you have ish that we had yesterday. So Avodah Zarah also has ish, so you should add Avodah Zarah 2 to listen. It should be 4 that you kill him for 4. You're right. We do learn from Ishish, and in fact, we do kill a benoyach for 4 things: Avodah Zarah, Gilei Arayis, Shvichas Damim, and Birkas Hashem. As the Gemara about Avodah Zarah ben Noyach Nerek, what you really kill a benoyach for Avodah Zarah, Tanya Avodah Zarah, Dvarim Shebezin Shel Yisrael Mimsim Aleim benoyach Muzalem. So it seems like that we go down when it comes to Avodah Zarah, we go down one level for a benoyach. Something that you kill a Jew for, you only warn a ben noyach for. Hazara in misalai, you don't kill him. No. We warn him. Warning is death. Once you warn a ben noyach not to do something and he does it, kill him. You don't need a oynish and hazara. You just warn. They argue. Talmidim of Rav. They say that you kill a ben noyach for everything. In other words, you kill a ben noyach if he steals a bike, you kill him. We teach it to you from where? Which one of the 7 do we know that you kill somebody? So all 7 are the same thing. As the Gemara of what you really kill a ben noyach for stealing? I mean, it would come out that you kill every single. I mean, who wasn't over in Gezel? Right? No, seriously. I'm saying there's from the list of Shem Mitzvahs and Ayach, it's hard to find a ben noyach that wasn't over on one of the 7. Vatanya, ala Gezel. Here, it says Mefurish, Gezel includes Gezel, Gonav, V'gozal, V'chein Yifas Toyar. What's V'chein Yifas Toyar? So Rashi over here says, Yifas Toyar, the problem with Yifas Toyar is he's stealing somebody else's wife. Stealing. V'chein Kayotze B'hem. So this lashon is a curious lashon because it says, and so too things that are similar to Gezel and stealing somebody's wife and Gneva. What's similar? What's not Gezel and similar? Where do you have a situation that's almost either it's stealing or it's not stealing? What's similar to stealing? So the Gemara is going to explain later. Now it says like this: Kusi bekusi. Simple. If one kusi steals from another kusi, I'm being careful what I'm saying here, yeah? The Gemara says kusi, I'm reading it kusi. You could stick in any word you want in there, but If one kusi steals from another kusi, chayiv misa. V'kusi b'Yisrael, certainly if a kusi steals from a Jew, aser. Now what does aser mean? Aser is not such a strong language. Aser means like, it's aser to take 3 steps backwards when somebody's damaged behind you. It doesn't seem like you're killing somebody. Killing. The Gemara is going to say, yeah, it means killing. You kill him because he stole from a Jew. V'Yisrael b'kusi mutar. But a Jew that steals from a kusi mutar. So says Rashi right away on the spot. Whoa, slow down. Don't start making a terim here. Don't tell people in the Chveis different. I'm not going to mention it to the city. Where it's mutar to steal from a guy. Says Rashi, no. The Gemara Baba Kama tells us it's also because of Chilal Hashem. In fact, there's a beautiful story from the Rugged Shover, who's known to be a very, very straight. Well, he's a very straight shooter. Every Rav that came to him, he would. The famous mice with Rabbi Aaron Kotler. When Rabbi Aaron Kotler was young, he went to visit the Rugged Shover, and he was talking to him and learning. And so the Rugged Shover was like, "Wait a minute." He was impressed with him, so he said, "Who are you?" He says, "I'm a balabas from Slutsk." He said, "For a balabas in Slutsk, your learning is not bad." Because he used to knock, he was such a genius, he used to call people different names. Anyway, so a partnership came in front of him. He had a Jew and a non-Jew come to him for din Torah. And the guy respected him, and whatever he passed him, they passed him. So the guy starts off saying, the Jew stole from me. Stole from me. So the Rogachover winks at the Jew when the guy wasn't looking. He says, winks, and he says, no, tell me what happened. You ripped him off a shtigl. So he says, yeah. So then the Rogachover started yelling at him. He said, you're not allowed to, you have to give back the money. Whatever you stole from him, give back right now. He convinced him. The Jew thought that he was on his side. He winked to him, and he knew. He told him in Yiddish. It was in Yiddish. That's what it was. He told me in Yiddish. No, it's the gemacht. Yeah. He was like, the Rav understands me. So, give it back to him right now. The Gemara says here, bekusi mutter. It's mutter to steal from the guy, from the kusi. V'misa nisnechayev. Now, if you're right, that a guy, that not a guy, a kusi who steals from another kusi is chayiv misa. So why does the Brisa use the word aser? It should say chayiv. Is chayiv misa, not aser. Aser is the wrong word. Says the Gemara. I'll tell you why it says aser. Very simple, because of the statement we just made now. You want to say that a Jew who steals from a kusi mutter. So I wanted to tell you to Aresha aser, but aser in fact means death penalty. Asking Gemara, but that doesn't make sense, because within the same Brisa it says when I want to say specifically that the person's chayiv misa, I don't use a funny lashon called aser. I say it straight out. What do you get for killing? Kusi bekusi. If it's a kusi that kills another kusi, if it goes to Yisrael or he kills a Yisrael, chayav. It doesn't say aser. It says chayav. So I'm telling you that within this brisa, when I want to say the word, I want to explain that a kusi is chayav misa. I don't say aser. I say chayav. Yisrael bekusi pater. So the Gemara says, "Hasam heichel listening." Well, yeah, of course. Over there, when it talks about death, about murder, I can't use the word mutter. I have to use the word potter and chayiv, not mutter and aser. Hasam heichel listening. Listening also mutter. What? So come out. Mutter means a Jew is allowed to walk around in the street and start knocking off kusi's heads. That doesn't make sense. Potanyo kusim v'roi behema. So this is going to shake you up. If you just came for this halacha, it's really going to shake you up. You're gonna a kusi and a shepherd, a Jewish shepherd. Loy malin v'loy meridin. Check this out. We have a gevaldik. I forgot to show you this. First, let me show you the shrotzim. Yeah, shrotzim, and the turtle is not the turtle. It says tzav. It really means a toad. There's a toad and there's a frog. Okay. This, I'm going to show you for 10 seconds. If you're a little queasy, you shouldn't look at this. In China, this is sometimes they eat shrotzim. Anyway. That's garnish. I'm not going to tell you what they really do. But here, check this out. You have a shepherd. This is a Jewish shepherd. He looks chashav, but he's a Jewish shepherd. But he's a shepherd. He's a shepherd of behemadakas. Now we know that it's also to graze behemodak in Eretz Yisrael, but he didn't listen. He wanted to make a little money. So check this out. He's screaming. They're attacking him. So you just walk by. You don't pay attention. You don't have to save him. If this shepherd is in a matzah of sakana, he might lose his life. He fell into a pit. Keep on walking. You believe this? Another yid. Why? Because he's over on this isser of behemedaka in Eretz Yisrael. However, v'loy meridin, loy malin, you don't have to take him out of the pit. V'loy meridin, you don't throw him to the wolves. You don't throw him in a pit. And this applies to kusi as well. You can't throw a kusi into a pit. So in Mela, you can't say the word mutter means you're allowed to kill him. Obviously, you're not allowed to kill a kusi. If he's in a bad situation, you don't have to save him. So therefore, since it can't say the word mutter, so it says the word potter. Okay. Next sugya. Begezel mahi. We said there's something similar to stealing, but it's not really stealing. So step number one is Omer Rav Acha Bar Yaakov Poil Bekerem. Here's the Poil Bekerem. You have a guy, a kusi that's working in the vineyard. Here he goes. He eats grapes from the vineyard, let's say. He's a ganav. Him, you kill. As the Gemara, Poil Bekerem Eimas. What season is this? Ibishas Gemara Malacha Heteru. Look at this pasuk. If I can find it. Oh, here. He has a heter. If he works, he's allowed to eat as much as he wants. You're not allowed to put it in you're not allowed to fill up a box full of grapes. You're allowed to eat. So if it's what?
Not the kiddush. Not take it home.
Oh. It's mamish before the pasuk. You're allowed to eat an MDY, but don't take it home in a box. Givaldik. Wow. Pockets, yeah. That also, trust me. We've seen it all. Somebody reminded me, he says, you know why you have trauma? Because these guys came to my house on Purim, and they literally, they walked out of my house with full bottles of liquor. They just walked out. They saw, they took from the table, walked out. These are stories, repeating stories. I don't know if it happens to anybody. It only happens to me. I'm the only one that notices it. I need stories, exactly. If the story is worth it, now I can say it. That's not a good story. I need a better story. Something that's not... If it's at the end of the season where you're picking the grapes, the Torah says it's mamish mutter. But if it's not at that season and your worker walks in there and he starts taking grapes, gezam alyu, it's regular stealing. So what is the chiddush that he gets killed? Oh, so every kid in Cheder knows that a guy, that a kusi, I should say, a kusi, idol worshiper, we'll call him an idol worshiper, steals less than a pruta is chayiv misa. Yachi kusi b'Yisrael, asur harba mechilu. Why is it when a kusi steals from a Jew less than a shavu pruta, why is he chayiv misa? Bar mechilu. So what this l'chayr means, bar mechilu, that the Jew typically is meichel less than a pruta. It's garbage. What's a pruta today? A quarter. So he stole 10 cents. If you have an employee who steals 10 cents from you, you're meichel him. You're not gonna sue the guy. You're not gonna even call him in for whatever it's called. Just wanted a quick story of meichel and not meichel that I saw recently from Rabbi Yashiv, because it was actually in the news now here in Eretz Yisrael. A 13-year-old kid committed suicide last week in school because the kid was bullied. So they had a situation where they were bullying a kid. It's a real thing. Bullied a kid, and the kid went nuts. The kid mamish lost his mind. He became a sugar, like they had to put him in a mental institution. So the kids in the class felt really bad, and they went to Rabbi Yashiv. They said, "What should we do?" Like we were trying to ask him mechila. So Rabbi Yashiv said, "You can't ask him mechila. He's a shaita. He can't be meichel you." So he said, "What you should do is wait until he dies, and go to his cave and ask him mechila." So what? We have to wait 80 years now, and what if we die before him? So he told them that you should have thought about before you did this. In other words, that's the only way to get a mechila. Mechila, if you made a guy meshuga, you have to wait until he's not a meshuga, and you can't do it. So some Israeli yesterday had a great chap. You should kill him, and now you'll be able to tell you that's mechila. said as a joke. Okay. Says Gemara, more dicka thing here. You're right. The Jew is moichelim eventually. When the Jew found out that the guy took from him, he's shocked that his own employee took this thing. And that shock, that tsar, is enough for him to be chayiv miso. So Rashi says, Amar de Gezach. Remember, you're going to love this. He says a chap over here. He says that typically speaking, a Jew has a chiyuv, ve'yeshiv agzela, you have to give it back. But the kusi doesn't have that chiyuv. So when you do ve'yeshiv agzela, you can erase the wrongdoing that you did. But a kusi doesn't have a way to erase it. So Mamela says Rashi, once you're chayiv misa, at that moment, the Jew doesn't have the right to be meichel you. He could be meichel you. It doesn't help. When does it help? Ve'yeshiv agzela, I can erase the past. I could go backwards. Retroactively, you didn't steal anything. Retroactively, I can be meichel you. I don't have the right to be meichel kusi because there is no ve'yeshiv agzela. So if for one moment he's mitzar me, he's chayiv misa, and that means that's it. Sorry, I can't help you out. Can't be meichel.
Sounds like for Kusi, Gezel's been able to walk and stop it on the cover.
Could be, yeah. Exactly. Because it's Pachim Shav Prut, Pachim Shav Prut is Ben Adam Chaver thing. You're right. Exactly. I think you're right. I think there's always an element of Ben Adam Lamakim in every Gzela. Yeah, exactly. Well, there was a Ben Adam Chaver for a moment, and that moment, it's over. It's finished. You can't take it back. It turns into a Ben Adam Lamakim kind of thing. That Ben Adam Chaver. This we have many times in Shas. What is stealing? Stealing is to take out of somebody else's pocket $100. But if you owe, the guy worked for you and you owe him $100 and you didn't pay him, you didn't steal. You're just not paying. That's similar to stealing, and that if a kusi does, he's chayiv misa for that. Even though he didn't take money, he's just not giving money. He's like a sheval taisa kind of a thing. Kusi b'Yisrael also. If a kusi does this to a fellow kusi, or he does it to a Jew, it's also chayiv misa. Yisrael b'kusi mutter, but a Yisrael who does it, it's mutter. Don't take from here at Teirim. The same thing as Chil Hashem. Ki yoytze b'fas Torah mai. How do you have something that's similar to stealing somebody's wife? Mai. The case is that if a Ben Noach had a slave and he said, I'm giving you this shivcha as your wife, and then he regretted it and he was with that shivcha, so since he gave it to his eved, it's like stealing from a slave. So you see, he could actually steal from a slave, and this could be a makar for reparations. It says that there's nothing similar to killing. Why? Because either you killed somebody or you didn't kill him. I'm just thinking now aloud. There's something similar to killing, like embarrassing somebody in public. It's similar, but okay. But you're not chayiv misa for it. Omar Abaya, kusi would not be chayiv misa. Maybe there's a famous shiloh. Why not? Omar Abaya. Huh? Did I make a bracha? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shakol. Rabbi Yonis says you chayiv misa for that? The what? That's to give. So it's like similar to me. Okay, but I don't know if a kusi would be chayiv on that. Omar Abaya. In Mishkachas Tanya, he says I have a givaldik thing that's similar to killing, but it's not killing. That may be a kusi's chayiv on. The Sanya, Rabbi Yonason ben Sholhi, the Sanya Rabbi Yonason ben Sholhi Omer, Roidef Acher Chaver LaHargon. A Roidef, somebody is chasing his friend, wants to kill him. We had that whole sugi with Yoav and everything. He could save his life by shooting him in the leg, but he shot him in the head by mistake, not by mistake, on purpose. I just want to point out that this is the only time in Shas that this name is there, that you have a Tana by the name of Rabbi Yonason ben Shol. And it's just interesting that it's the same Yonason, the son of Shaul HaMelech, who was very involved with David HaMelech being a rider from his father, Shaul. Okay? Yonason ben Shol. Nerag Olav. So, Rashi over here says, is this the Rashi? Yeah, Nerag Olav. So Rashi says something interesting. It's close to being matter such a thing. Kusi b'kusi. Because of Yisrael chayiv. It's karlat. It's not mutter. When a kusi does it to a kusi or to a Jew, he's chayiv. V'chein Yisrael be Yisrael. Av Yisrael be kusi potter. But if a Jew, instead of shooting him in the head, in the leg, he shoots him in the head, he would be potter in such a case. But by a kusi to kusi, he would not be potter. And according to Chachamim, Rashi says it's mamish mutter. So I got this email because I mentioned it from Ari Friedman. He says firearm self-defense laws in most U.S. states allow you to use deadly force when there's an imminent threat of severe bodily injury or death. Most states do not require you to retreat, even if you have the ability to retreat without. Because I said over there, the guy says, I asked the question. The guy says, stop eating cereal right now, otherwise I'll shoot you. So there's some that say, okay, get up and move away. He's right. In America, that doesn't work. If a guy comes to steal from your store and all he wants is money and he has a gun, you're allowed to kill him. Because you don't know, many times they turn around after they decide, okay, let's get rid of the evidence. Let's get rid of this witness. He's holding deadly force, you're allowed to use deadly force against him. He's not really coming to, like Abba Machtaris. You don't know their mindset. It's no different than someone who says, give me your wallet, I'll shoot you. Yes, you can give the wallet and hope he goes away. But if you complied, does it eliminate the threat 100%? Can he still shoot you? Of course. There's still a threat until the bad guy's gone or is neutralized. So in American law, the answer to this Shiloh would be that you can shoot the guy who presents to eat cereal or get shot threat. Regarding shooting to injure, shoot in the leg versus shooting to kill. When you're faced with self-defense, defined by above, you need to defend your life by eliminating the threat. So America is the opposite of Israel. In Israel, if you could shoot a guy in the leg and you shoot him in the head, they'll put you in jail. In America, it's the opposite. If you shoot a guy in the leg and you don't shoot him in the head, then they put you in jail. Why? Seriously. Because you feel threatened enough that you need to use deadly force, then you have to kill him. If you're able to shoot him in the leg and he's not a deadly force, meaning he can't lunge forward and kill you, then why do you shoot him in the leg? Run away, do something else. It's a mamad of shach. If you feel so threatened, because right, there's a certain 10 feet, a guy could easily jump in a second and kill you if he has a knife. So shooting him in the leg doesn't do enough. It doesn't stop a guy. Most of the time you get shot in the leg, you don't even feel it. I didn't get shot in the legs. I don't know. Kach shamati. That's why you never want to shoot in the leg, since they likely won't eliminate the threat. Most firearm self-defense standards, as well as police standards, teach to shoot center mass, in the center of the torso, to stop the threat quickest. If you think you can stop the threat fully by shooting in the leg, you will have a tough argument that the circumstance leading up to your shooting allowed you to use deadly force to begin with. So anyways, if you're in America and you're faced with this situation, Rahman al-Islam, go for the head or the center mass, he's saying, because the head is hard to hit. But the head, if you could do head, he's that close, head. But not so the Gemara says over here, oh, similar. You could, well, over here it's different. This is like Israel law. If you could, well, we're talking about knives and what do you call it? Spears. A little different. You feel like you could get him in the leg and eliminate the threat. Whatever could eliminate the threat, do if you don't have to kill him. Says the Gemara Daf Yomi Amud Beis. Where are we? Turn to the Daf Shvat. Innovations will see an honor of the president official. Zchut vakiv simchum befego shidduch for refused by Zchut and thank you to Rabbi Stefansky. They're global experts in international financial services. Anonymous, the Zchut, Refoel, Atinu, Yechiel Yididi ben Chaim Shendel. Ashach Rabbi Yaakov Baracho Davik Siv b'Sefer Gat the Birav, who's in the Sefer of Agata. Sefer full of Agata, like we have today in Yankov, whatever, Agata. Ben Noyach Nerag B'dayin Echad, you could kill a Ben Noyach with one judge, Ube'ed Echad, one witness, Shaloi Basra, you don't even have to warn. Mepi Ish, V'le Mepi Isha. However, this is an interesting halacha, a woman doesn't work here. But this is super interesting, Vafilu Karov, even your own brother, even his own father. If a Ben Noyach kills an unborn baby, he's chayiv misa. A Jew that does, it's a mefurish pasuk. I think in next week's parsha, mishpatim, he hits the pregnant woman and the uber. So he's chayiv money, but he's not chayiv on misa. Menani mili. Omer Rav Yehuda Domakro. Achas dimchem lenafshi seichem edroish. Edroish is a singular lashon. Afilu b'dayin echad, one judge. Miyat kol chaya. Afilu shloi basra. I saw Rishonim here say chaya, like he's acting like an animal. Chaya, but that's not miyad kol chaya from shloi basra. You don't have to warn. Edroshenu miyad adam. Afilu be'ed echad. Miyad adam, one aid. Miyad ish, and it says ish, v'loi miyad isha, not to exclude a woman. Achiv, but it says his brother. Afilu karav, even your own brother can testify against you or for you. Even for the unborn. It's with the comments, ba'adam. But the Gemara dashes it, Ezo Adam shu be'adam. In my Gemara, there's an akuda be'adam. The point is, it's within a human being, not outside of it's within. This comes to say, I just want to tell you, Gemara the Gemais that have in Tavshin Lamed Zayin, the Sarah Mishpatim, how do you say that in English? The Minister of Justice here in Israel wanted to make a new law about abortion. And the Rabbanim were very against it, obviously. And one of the Rabbanim that was going to approach the minister was the son of Rabbi Areye Levine, Rabbi Refoel Levine. And he gathered the Rabbanim and he said, we have to daven, a starke davening, that we should have success in this meeting. So they go to the meeting, and everybody introduced themselves. And he said he's the son of Rabbi Areye Levine. So he said, oh, Rabbi Levine, yeah, right. So, no, you go. What do you have to say? He says, I want to tell you a story. He says, there was a couple that came to my father, Rabbi Areye Levine. They had an argument. And they said, whatever Rabbi Areye Levine paskins, that's what we're going to do. The wife said, there's a Ma'aseh Shahaya in Tavshin Lamed Zayin. The wife said, I want to keep the baby. The husband said, I have to go to medical school. I don't have time for this. I don't have patience for this. I don't have the money for this. I don't want. What does the Rav say? So the Rav sat down and explained to them how beautiful, another neshama, another baby, take care of you when you get older. The husband was masking. And then he tells this guy, Shmuel Tamir, that was his name, the Sarah Mishpatim, Shmuel Tamir. He says, you know this guy that he says, who? He says, you. You yourself, this is the baby that came out of that thing that with my father. He says, no way, it's impossible. He says, yeah. He called up his mother from the spot, Shmuel Tamir. He says, Ma, is it true that you went to Rabbi Areye Levine? She says, yeah. It's a Ma'aseh Shahaya. So then Shmuel Tamir said, if so, I will never let this law pass under when I'm here, this will never happen. So they left, and all the Rabbanim look at the Rabbi Refoel Levine and say, listen, you had such an unbelievable story, you have the ace. So what do you have to daven? You said, we have to daven, you pretend. He says, no, a story here and a story here. You still need Siyat Shmai for the story to work. So, okay. Says the Gemara, V'tana kamo, Tana b'minashu. Do'omar kol misa amur l'bnei Noach enoi elo chenek. Ben Noach gets, we said, chenek. Not, until now we were saying that Ben Noach gets what? Sayif. He's saying no. Tana b'minashu says chenek. So, check this out, very nice. The way we read the pasuk is that comma is after the word ba'adam. The uber, we're talking about the unborn child. Great. He says, no, I want to learn it like this. Put the comma over here. It happens to be, look at the comma, it's right there, ba'adam. That's where the comma is. You know, the Mercha Tvir in Tipcha is commas and things like that. Yeah, but okay. It actually looks like, let me see. Shevet Dama Adam Ba'adam, yeah. Dama Yishavach. That's okay, fine. But I'm reading like this. Shevet Dama Adam. I say with the group, Rosh Be'achi. Ba'adam Dama Yishavach. That the second, you read it, Ba'adam Dama Yishavach. Which one of the four misas happens inside the body, from within the body itself, not like chopping off a head, etc. And why not Sreifa, Benny? No. Why? The ear stops. It's because it's from within the body, not from an outside source. I think that's the pshat. What a woman is not chayiv in Shav Mitzvahs v'ninoya v'ksiv ki yidati l'ra sheyitzava. Baruch tells Avram, I know what I have commanded. So that includes women also. So the Gemara Mafarik law. Just make sure. Banu b'nei Beisai. Yeah, Banu b'nei Beisai. It continue. It includes women also. Says Gemara Mafarik law. Yes, the pasuk refers to women as well, but there's two parts. Banav l'din. The sons of Avram, they have din. Beisoil tzedakah. And when it comes to the women, they have to do tzedakah, they have to do above and beyond. Some Rishonim learn tzedakah means literally tzedakah, that a ben noyach is chayiv in tzedakah. So if so, this explains the question. How come we don't make Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Shekel says Allah says tzedakah? The answer is because everybody in the world is chayiv in tzedakah. Every guy is chayiv in tzedakah. Every ben noyach is chayiv in tzedakah. So it's not tzivanu. It's not a tzvi to us. It's a tzvi to the whole world. Is that what he says, the Rashi? That's a noob shot.
Says the guy might not accept the money.
Might not accept the money. That's what they're saying yesterday. Huh? There might be a hefsek.
Said commissioner.
Hold on. Let's go. So according to you, so if a bas noyach kills, he doesn't die. Miyadish, v'lo miyadish eksiv. You're going to make such a diok that it doesn't apply to women. Omar lei, Yochi Omar Avyuda, shoyver dam hodam mikol makim. You're right. From what we said before, miyadish, that a woman cannot testify, she can't. That's a good diok. But l'maisa, we have another part of the pasuk that says ha'adam, that everybody is included in ritzicha, even women. If she's mizana, she shouldn't die. The siv akein yaziv ish v'lo isha. So look at the pasuk for a second. Akein yaziv ish esaviv. It seems like that the idea of znos is only of being faithful is only to man. Ish esaviv is me. He has to be dovak b'ishtoib, but his wife could go around. No, v'hayu lebasar echad. Both of them are chayiv. Amar lehachi Amar Rav Yehuda v'hayu lebasar echad hadar vinu kro. Tana Rabbana. They're both chayiv in znos. Tana Rabban ish matam aloy mar ish ish. The Rabbi says akusim. Here another pasuk of ish ish el kol sherib sorry secretly galis erva, talking about erva arayis. The Rabbi says akusim. Why does it say ish twice to include the kusim? Shumuzarim al arayis. Let's see what the base here says. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Yeah, so that you can take this from the side. It says a guy every time it says kusim in the sugya, daila hakima. The Rabbi says kusim shemuzarim al harayis ki Yisrael. V'amahachem nafka ma'asim nafka leimor zagil harayis. We said yesterday here this pasuk, yeah. Where was it? Gil harayis here. Gil harayis is leimor. So I learned from Veitzav zagil harayis. Why do I need another pasuk? Says the Gemara azam ba'harayis they do that. This pasuk is talking about when a ben noyach is with a ben noyach. Hacha b'arayis they done. But when a ben noyach is over in arayis with a Jew, the Ktani Seifa, Bal Arayis Yisrael, Nidam Bedini Yisrael, then we change the halacha. Typically speaking, you should get Sayif, Chenek, whatever you hold. But once you go with the halachas of a Jew, so whatever the Jew gets, if a Jew gets skila, you get skila. Where does a ben noyach is not chayiv, but if he's over with a Jew, he is chayiv? There's only one case. The Gemara starts off saying that now you have to treat the goy, the noyach, like a Jew. Just like a Jew needs a bezin of 23, so too a ben noyach. He needs 2 eidim asra. As the Gemara doesn't make any sense. If a ben noyach is with a ben noyach, 1 eid, 1 dayan, no asra. All of a sudden he was over with a Jew, so now you say he might not have to die because you need 2 eidim. You didn't find 2 eidim. He might not die because you need to warn him. You didn't warn him. That doesn't make any sense. And engage Naira. That the Ben Noach doesn't believe in engagement. He only believes in being with his wife. Abulas Baal, as the Gemara is going to say. So since he doesn't have that law, he's not over with the Goyim, a Naira Marasa. But since the Jews are makbid in it, then he's going to get skila like a Jew on what we're makbid on, with a Jew. But a regulation says, you give him his misa, it says, why should a ben noyach get chenek? He should get whatever a ben noyach usually gets. What does a ben noyach usually get? You're making an afkamina. Whatever's also for him, he gets his thing. What happened was, she was a real Eishes according to the Torah, but not according to a guy. Then we flip it, the same thing like Naira Marasa. We take him with our halachas and we give him skila. If you look at the pasuk by Avram and Avimelech, look, you are, doesn't say you're married to her. Bulas Baal, that's what they're makbid on. Ainlam, they don't believe in that. They said that's not considered Eish, and therefore we do consider Eish, so we give him Misa like a Jew. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.